Tapley here for your first lesson of Term 4, Year 9 Geography. This term we're looking at our final topic in Humanities. We've looked at economics, we've looked at civics, we've looked at history, and now we're finishing with geography. Lesson plan for today. Learning intention is to develop our understanding of the Term 4 unit outline. So what are we doing in Term 4? And then to define the term geography. Some of you might know what it means, some of you might think you know, and some of you might have no idea. So we're just going to work on improving our understanding of geography before we start geography. Success criteria is to outline the key topics covered in our geography curriculum and to understand the meaning of geography. What does that term mean? Before I go any further, I should probably point out for those of you who are unaware that this is a different slideshow, different presentation to our civics one. So if you read the lesson plan and you go to slides 2 to 8 of our term 3 one, you're going to get to the wrong place. So make sure that you're in the term 4 geography resources. So in Compass, you can see I've made a folder. That's the presentation we are going through. Those are textbook chapters we're looking at. I've done the same in Google Classroom. You can see we've got a geography resources tab here, geography assignments. The other thing I should point out is that I know that in history and civics you guys had separate student notebooks, but the last time I made a separate notebook there were a few technical issues, so I found that it's probably just going to be easier if we reuse our notebook from last term. So your term 3 civics notebook is now your term 3 and term 4 civics and geography notebook. So just click on that link. Don't be concerned if you see what you've written last term, because that's where you want to be. Just scroll to the bottom, and yeah, that's where you'll be putting your class activities, your textbook questions, etc. for term 4 geography. So now that we know what we're doing, where everything is, I should also point out that the term 3 civics CAT, the results have been uploaded to Compass along with the feedback. If you have questions or concerns about that, please let me know. But I think most of the people that did submit it did do well. I think most people who paid attention during the term and kept up to date with the lessons got a strong result. And I will say that term 4, fresh start. So for those of you that struggled in term 3 or term 2 remote learning, I mean, hopefully we get back to school at some point, but this is a fresh start, new opportunity for you guys to demonstrate your understanding, I guess, get some momentum going into year 10, which sounds like a long way away, but term 4 is actually like the shortest of the terms. It's only 7 weeks of content. So yeah, and for those of you that have done well in term 2, term 3 remote learning, this will be an opportunity for you guys to finish strong and yeah, get some momentum going into year 10, and you guys get to look at your first VCE subject. So, the areas of study for our geography unit, 2 major areas of study are biomes, which is a fancy word for environment, and food security. The features and the types of environments around the world, and human development. So those are the topics we're looking at in term 4 geography. And you can see there, only 7 weeks. I think civics was 10 weeks, history was like 14 weeks, economics was like 9 weeks. Anyway, so it's a short unit, is what I'm saying. So for those of you that are very tired, like Mr. Tapley, don't stress, because this should be short and sweet for geography. So in week 1, we're just going to start by introducing the topic. So what is geography? So defining it, looking at some of the skills and the knowledge that you need to engage in this unit. Week 2, we'll be introducing that first major topic, which is biomes. So the different types of biomes or environments, the different features of environments. Week 3, we'll be looking at the factors that impact a biome. So the location of where they are on planet Earth, their climate, different landforms inside the biome. Week 4, we look at food security. So global food security around the world. We have our case study. We do a dev task looking at food security in the nation of Eswatini in Africa. Hard to say, hard to spell as well. Week 5, bringing it back home, we're looking at Melbourne's food security. So being able to compare global food security in Africa versus what we have here in Melbourne. I'm sure some of you have been reading with interest the concerning reports that KFC are running out of chicken. And that's related to Melbourne's food security. Anyway, now I'm hungry. Week 6 and 7, you guys will be looking at the CAT, which at the moment, again, it depends on whether or not we're back in school or if we're doing remote learning, is a national food security report. So Google Slides presentation, you guys get to work individually or in pairs and small groups, looking at food security of one of the nations around the world, but that is up for change depending on where we are in school, I suppose. But I'm getting ahead of myself. What are we doing today in our first lesson? Well, what is geography? The world around us is made up of a range of interesting places, peoples, and cultures. The study of geography explores how all of these are connected. So basically everything outside your window, so the animals, the plants, trees, people, places, all of it is connected, and all of it is geography. And geography is about looking at how it's all working together, how we all function to make the world go round. In this unit, we will evaluate the relationship between ourselves and the environment at a local, national, and global level in the past, present, and future. Just like studying the past, studying history, can help you understand the present and improve the future, the same can be said for geography. So if we look at how the indigenous Australians interacted with the land, how they used fire stick farming to burn off areas of vegetation, we can use that knowledge to address bushfire concerns in the present and to improve our future. So we don't have another horrible bushfire season like we did at the start of the year, which again seems very far away. To improve our world, we need to develop our understanding of the features and characteristics of different cities, environments, and cultures. To interpret and evaluate this information, it's not good enough just to look out the window and be like, oh, yep, it's green. We need to rely on skills and tools such as fieldwork, so getting outside, actually getting into the environment and doing things, which sounds strange during a lockdown to say, but anyway. Inquiry research, so looking outside and then finding a few questions to answer and then doing some research to answer those questions on your own. And geospatial skills, fancy word, we'll look at that later on though. So, geographical skills. What skills do you need to examine geography? One of the skills you will need is using maps, which are visual representations of people and places. A lot of people hear the word geography and they just go, oh, maps. It's not so much about the maps, it's about the people and the places inside the maps. So don't just look at a map of Australia and be like, bleh. Look at it and be like, oh, that's Melbourne. I know what that is. Oh, Sydney. Oh, I've been there. Oh, Alice Springs or Ayers Rock. I've never been there. I should go check that out. But you still need to be able to read the map. So if we carefully examine and interpret the information within these different types of maps, you can see I've got 5 different types of maps of Australia. We can help improve people's lives. We can protect endangered species. We can plan future cities and even prevent natural disasters or diseases. In this unit, you develop your understanding of maps, creating maps, and identifying patterns and trends to use those maps effectively. Geographical knowledge. A central theme of geography is the connections and the relationships between different people, places, cultures, and environments. Each topic we examine in class is connected to the next topic. Just like geography, everything is connected. Geography slides, everything will be connected. So it's important to stay up to date because taking part in lesson 3 is going to help you very, very, very much in lesson 4. It's all connected. The different areas of study in geography can be organized into different categories. So everything in geography is connected and everything can be, I guess, classified or organized is the word for it, into 7 key categories. And there's an easy way to remember it because we've got a fun little acronym here. So everything outside your window can be related to space, place, interconnection, change, environment, sustainability, and scale, or spices. Geography is a spicy subject, so just remember spices. By improving our knowledge of these geographical concepts of spices, we can develop our understanding of where we are, so our environment, and why we are there, so livability factors. Speaking of the environment, what is the environment? The environment refers to the natural world around us, so all living things, so the animals, the mountains, the plants, trees, oceans. The environment supports and improves our lives by providing us with natural resources, wood, minerals, food and water, other ecological services, so plant life produces oxygen. We need oxygen to live. The environment people live in will have an important influence on their life, such as employment, so working in the mines, forest, fishing, and their health, so air, water quality. So, now that you've got a bit of information about geography, hopefully you're remembering a few things from year 7, year 8, I'd like you to complete the following questions in your digital notebook. Again, same notebook that you used last term. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know, not just about these questions, but just about remote learning in general, in this subject or in other subjects. If you're a bit concerned about the workload, please let me know and I'll do what I can to help you. But anyway, the 4 questions you're looking at this lesson. Question 1, describe how each of the images on this slide, so those 4 images on the right, connect to geography. So how does that image of Melbourne connect to geography? How does that image of looks like a tropical rainforest type situation, connect to geography? On the 3rd image, you can see a forest, or half a forest. What's happened to that left side of the forest? That's probably related to geography. And then we've got a nice map of the world down there. Question 2, just a bit of a brainstorm. So brainstorm a list of terms, topics, or examples. So it can be types of environments, it can be animals inside environments, places around the world. 5 or 10 terms connected to geography. Question 3, use that information, so from the first 2 questions, to construct a definition of geography. What is geography in your own words? Not just my definition. And then question 4, just to connect to our next topic, which again is biomes, I'd like you to identify 2 or 3 different types of environments or biomes around the world and the key characteristics of this environment. So for example, what is the temperature of a polar environment? It's probably cold. North-South Pole. But yeah, that's what we're looking at this lesson, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. Otherwise, best of luck. Hope you're well. Welcome back. And cheers.